Hello, I'm Hildra Tague. Come join me in my classroom life. I will be sharing sometimes teaching tips, sometimes inspiration, and today, humor. I called my humor pieces infamous sayings of these my students. You know the difference between a good teacher and a great teacher, or a good day and a bad day, is motivation and inspiration. It's my hope that some of these things that I do on this channel will help you find motivation and inspiration for both yourself and your students. Remember, the motto for this channel is, we cheer them up when they need us, we cheer them on when they don't. Today, I need you to get your grin on because it's one of the humor ones. I'm going to tell you about my life as a teddy bear. Our little private school was almost lost in the woods, yet it was pleasantly surrounded by Miss Popcorn Goat, the mascot, and Mr. Roo, his last name was Stir, the ruler of the school. On another side was the pizza garden and the chocolate porch, where 32 kinds of plants lived with frogs, birds, and squirrels, who enjoyed having recess all day. Sometimes the kids were a bit jealous. Oh, and a few students came by each day for the sole purpose of avoiding and resisting anything that smacked of schoolwork. Most of them had not felt so good at their former school, so they were skeptical souls. One day, I received the best compliment I could ever have in my life. A new student sat rather shyly as his peers tried to put him at ease. A remarkable little guy sitting next to him said, "It's okay to talk to her," pointing to me, the teacher. "She doesn't mind. She likes to know what we think. It's kind of like talking to a teddy bear." Later that year, that child brought me a teddy bear bubble necklace. So many reasons to smile. My life as a teddy bear was busy for sure. In social studies, we had a lesson on pollution. A child popped up with a map, claiming it went with the lesson. Well, I guess some folks might think a population map helps explain pollution. On the day when we learned about Europe, one guy quickly yelled out the chapter title, "Erp!" I did a double take to make sure he wasn't about to vomit, but the pleasant look on his face told me to stress the pronunciation of the continents. Europe. We learned about customs around the world. A smart child read from the whiteboard. They were following the customs of their ancestors. We all looked to catch a glimpse of who was following whom while I reiterated the concept of customs. We did a role play of being a customer or a clerk in a store, and then we switched to practicing the customs of our ancestors like they did in China and singing a Christmas song, which would be our custom of our ancestors. What fun it was. Another time when we read about ancestors, somebody called it anteaters. An astute kid said they didn't eat ants, they ate roots and berries. That day we learned about how the eating habits of our ancestors was different from the diets of anteaters. Soon I wondered if I ever should have brought the subject of ancestors up. When one gal focused on China, she informed us they practice sister worship. Another child yelled out, "Glad I didn't live there. I'd never worship my sister." I had myself some real cleaning up to do on the kids' vocabulary that day. Ancestor worship. Science is a time for a sense of wonder. As we delve into the wonders of water, a child held up a picture in his library book of a boat. He said, "If a boat turns over, it might get a cat's eye." Since I had just mentioned gravity, it took me a minute to realize he meant the force of gravity would make it capsize. It was so nice when students can apply what they learn to real life. Spelling and language require the dreaded ABC order. One gal was reciting the alphabet to herself to get warmed up for alphabetizing her spelling words. Her voice was happy and musical as she went A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and she got them just right, almost. When she came to P, Q, R, S, T, she clearly said P, U, and held her nose. Once again, I had some explaining to do. That day in the classroom was finally over. I grabbed my snack, put my feet up, musing about my day. Maybe it's time for me to consult the Teddy Bear Association about my job. How am I ever going to keep my fur smooth when the kids keep making it stand on end by their shocking renditions of our English language? I just love my job. In between all the teaching and the serious moments of skills and learning, the kids give me these wonderful little bits of natural humor. How good can it be? I think I have time to do a little bit of inspirational poetry. This one is about classroom life and about making teaching actually work. It's in the air. To teach is in the air. Not here, not way up there. Where? Not in books, not in nooks, not even bulletin boards. In the mood, the total environment, feelings apart. In the air. It's tying it all together in the air. Wouldn't this be a nice day to get started on the right foot? And then when I think of teddy bears, I don't only think of my life as a teddy bear, but I think of the children being my little teddy bears. Off and flying. Off and flying. No more sighing, for the job's still to be done. A child is here. He turns an ear and grows, and something's won. We watch, we play, stretch forth today. At times we hug like teddy bears. We're singing, sweet music's ringing in the ears of those who care. I've noticed that kids usually bring their hearts to school, so I always try to be gentle with them. Don't forget to subscribe to keep hearing ideas, inspirations, and sometimes a chuckle or two like we had today. Till next time, shine those kids till they learn to shine themselves.